right, everybody, Motivation Monday. Today, I want to just tell y'all this. Everybody don't want to see you win. It's going to be a lot of people, that don't have your best interest, don't think that you can do anything when you get started. And it's going to be some other people that's just going to be hating on the side. You're going to have those leeches. You're going to have those people that's going to come around and think that let me just tag along because I see something. I see the potential in this. But at the end of the day, they just want to see you fail, and that they just want to be around just in case you make it. Those type of people, we don't want to keep them around. We don't want them to be around. We don't want no snakes in our circle, man. Your circle is a reflection of you. And at the end of the day, you have to understand that you got to be selective. Everybody can't go with you. Everybody can't progress forward with you. If you're not going with me, now you get left behind. And that's just the reality of things. So you can't really take that to heart, that people don't want to see you win. Because I also got to say this, you'll realize when you're on this journey, a lot of people that support you the most is the people that you don't even know. So at the end of the day, just understand everybody don't want to see you win. So, today we're gonna, we got my boy Devin, got my boy Mark. I'm Ollie. If you don't know, now you know. Got the glasses. Everybody want to say I got the young Wesley Snipes going. But today we're gonna talk about something that we haven't addressed. We kind of introduced y'all to who we are and stuff like that, but we never really kind of talked about what our why is, what keeps us motivated and what drives us to, create this platform and do what we do. So I'll let one of these guys start it off and just kind of break down their why and their purpose for why we started this Understand the Hustle podcast, how we keep going.
Yeah, so I guess I'll go ahead and take it. I mean, biggest thing for this platform, the mindset that we came up with and the reason why we even came to want to do this each and every single, week is because of the fact that we always want to do more with what we have now. It's we want to build something that is created for long term to be able to create for those who come behind us. So in that way that they have an understanding of the steps, the process, the discussions, the conversations that tend to be had that maybe just held, within the home barbershops, just in little crowds everywhere, but not really spoken out to everybody because of the fact, at the end of the day, I feel that everybody has the same questions in regards of, really what to try doing in their life, um, and my biggest thing is because one, I got a son. Of course, I tend to have more kids, and the thing is, I want them to be able to understand that, you know, there's multiple paths in trying to do something with your life. Sports is not always a thing. There's certain things within education, where you can learn to be able to build and do something to grow your platform. However, you want to present yourself to the world. And, the reason why, like I said, that we started this because of the fact that we want to reach out to individuals, to younger kids, younger adults that, really just have no idea, that they just know a specific structure and don't know the specific steps to be able to take to do what they want to do in their life. And, it's I feel like it's a big thing for individuals like ourselves to be able to speak on situations where that we've went through, to be able to give the understanding to other people that, hey, you know what, just like you got to understand, like, I've been through this. You may want to kind of look at different options because of the fact that we don't want them to go through that same situation as we did. And if we can address it better or in a different way, vocally, I feel that, with what we're trying to do now, is we can definitely reach out to many people and then direct them into a proper way to be able to assist them. And that's totally my thoughts on the case here.
Yeah, definitely. Because I know with my why and why I do everything, and then also like Mark touched on why we do this podcast. So I'll kind of get on the why we do this podcast. It makes things real. When you hear about entrepreneurship and building businesses and everything like that, it sounds like this pipe dream that people go like 0 to 1 million. And it's like, man, it's like it happened in 90 days. I mean, if you look at courses or programs, anything like that, everyone's always talking about, man, it happened quick, happened quick. So I like this podcast also because it makes it real. Not only us three guys here are talking about our journeys, but bringing on different guests into the podcast, showing their journey, showing what they're doing, showing what the hustle is, so that when you look back on this in a few years, whatever it may be, you see that we all kind of started with that same groundwork. Um, and then kind of jumping into what's my why with doing business or entrepreneurship and kind of continuing that journey is because you can always make more money, but what you can't do is buy more time. So I know Mark has a son, a young son. I recently had a daughter. She's only 7.5 months or so right now old. And one thing I realized is you miss a lot of things, whether it be doctor's appointments at this young age. I mean, she's not in sports yet, so it's doctor's appointments. You're missing different things like her first tooth coming in, starting to crawl, starting to walk. And you start thinking, it's like, man, I can't take her to daycare. I can't pick her up. I wish I had more time. So with all of this, the whole reason for kind of using your time, whether it be staying up late at night or waking up early in the morning, is so that later on you can actually get more time during the daytime to do these things you want to do, accomplish these different tasks. So that's kind of my why, one personally, and then also with this podcast and why I do this podcast is just to show our listeners, people that watch these videos on YouTube, that it's possible for one, and then two, that we're all real, just like you guys, and kind of just going through this grind together.
All right. So my shit, a little lengthy, but whatever. It makes sense in my brain, but we're gonna try to verbally say this right. So, I mean, there's a lot of reasons I have that keep me going, keep me motivated. Just real quick, like something that stick with me is mainly like we're not taught, we're black men, right? All three of us are black men, and it's a saying that as a black man, you come out with 2 strikes against you already. So I mean, at that point, we already got our backs against the wall. We gotta, fight to kind of figure out our path and our journey. And oftentimes, a lot of people look at you and think, "Oh, this guy, he black. He gonna be he gonna be a ball player, or he gonna, be a rapper." And that's kind of just the assumption when you see a black man, coming up. My thing is, what sticks to me to the day, because I know eventually I'm gonna have kids and stuff. So for me, it's about a legacy for me, like leaving a legacy, inspiring those that come after me. And it ain't necessarily just got to be my future kids and nothing, just anybody. I feel like it ain't. I mean, somebody could say it's biting off Tupac, but I just want to spark, something that's gonna make a change, and that's kind of my biggest thing. Like thing that Jay-Z said in the song, it took him 26 years to find his path. There's only goal is cut the time in half. For his people, for his kids to come out to him, and that resonated with me because I mean, shit, I didn't really realize, what I know until I got like 23ish, 24 or something like that. So trying to figure out, I want other people, to have that coming out like, hey, it's other options. Hey, I can learn this, or it's not as hard as it thinks. I just want them to be presented with that opportunity to have that information like readily available to them. And to me, that's the biggest thing. Because a lot of us, I mean, I don't know about Devin and Mark, but I wasn't taught half this stuff growing up. I didn't know. And like, you don't know what you don't know. So just the fact to have the information available, like the thing I like about podcasts is, and this ain't a podcast, it's a damn show. Fuck that. But the thing I like is this is forever. Like we drop these, they go out, and that's forever. So I mean, hell, if somebody tune into this 10, 15 years from now, and that helps them and gives them a little bit more than what they knew ahead of time, or pushes them to make a change, or start that journey of going to learn more. It's not just about entrepreneurship, because to me, when you start talking about the hustle and stuff, you start talking about just life in general. It's bigger than starting a business or making money. It's bigger than that. And for me, that's the biggest thing to understand. It goes with just mind, body, spirit, all that. It's a bigger, all-encompassing thing. So for me, my why and what keeps me going is just inspiring anybody that comes after me, because at the end of the day, that's all that really matter, man. You know, I always say, you know, my motto is, "What good is success if everybody around you struggling?" So, you know, each one reach one, each one teach one, man. And at the end of the day, like I might have mentioned in that everybody don't want to see you win, but that don't mean that you can't try to bring people up with you as you win. So that's my why, man, and that's what keep me going. Cause at the end of the day, man, we all we got, especially as black people. Like this ain't solely on no black stuff. Like that's my platform, but at the end of the day, man, you can't count on yourself. And you know, who can you count on, man? And at the end of the day, like these two guys got kids, man, and that's why, like, I try to just tell anybody that got kids, man, pay it forward, do better by them than what was done for you. And that don't necessarily have to be no deterrent saying, oh, you didn't have it good coming up. That's just, wouldn't you want your kids to have better than what you had coming up? I don't care if you had it made. You still want to do better than what you had. So that's why I do what I do, man. It ain't selfish. It ain't about no money. It ain't about none of that, man. It's just trying to inspire and put somebody else forward, man. I don't care who it is, man. It could be little Johnny from Africa, little Julio from Mexico. I don't care. You know, like that is what it is, man. At the end of the day, you just want to put something out there that's gonna provide some value to somebody that could change their life. So that's my why. And that's what keep me going, man.
Yeah, no, not yeah, not and trust me, it's especially when it comes to, having kids involved, and because at the end of the day, we're all about generational wealth, trying to build that as best as we can, going through the trial and errors through our lives and our process, and if we can get that out the way, and of course, speak truth out of it, speak life to it, in regards to what we've went through, what we've done, you know what our our ups and downs are. So instead of just always looking at the money, because at the end of the day, everybody's always, okay, hey, I want to be the $1 million man, but not really understanding, hey, the process, the hustle trying to get there. And and the question that just generate, where does it come in, that maybe certain people tend to all of a sudden become selfish in the process, not really thinking about their future, but they're thinking about just themselves at that time. So, is that a big thing that tends to happen in regards to selfishness through the process?
So to me, I think a lot of the problem is people tend to think that game is sold, not told. And don't get me wrong, that don't mean you can't charge for stuff.
Mhm.
But in the day that we in now, with information, and I appreciate certain people, like it's a guy I follow, Mark Monroe. That's how kind of who I follow for options and stuff like that with trading. And he a millionaire, dog, and he could charge, a gang of money consider what I see other people charge that don't know half of what he know. But he just believe in, game is told, not sold. And that, like I say, you could charge, but like my thing is with all this information out here, if you're gonna charge for something that somebody can't go on Google. Charge for something that somebody can't go on, on YouTube and find in a second. Charge for some real detailed, valuable information. Because once you start, just you come out the bat. Like if I was to come out the bat right now, I do stocks and I want to go sit out there and just charge off rip. And I ain't gave no kind of value, man. It's just like business 101, man. You see the people at the malls giving out samples. Yeah, they giving that for free. So you can know like what you gonna come get from the actual, place is gonna be better than this. Or, it's gonna lower to your expectations. So to me, a lot of times when you start talking about people that's getting selfish, it's just people doing stuff for the wrong reasons, man. They don't, and don't get me wrong, yeah, you can be a hustler, man. Like get it however you got to get it, but do it with a moral compass. That's my thing. A lot of people just want to come out here, they want to scam and rob, and you know, I always had this thing like, if you're gonna scam and rob somebody, man, go scam and rob the big ass corporation that's robbing you every day, man. Like, you want to do it that way. Don't do
Mhm.
don't do that to somebody, man, that's out there. They working hard just like you. They trying to get it just like you. So that's kind of my thing, man. Like game can be told, man. It ain't always got to be sold. And a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people they just want to pop up out the woodworks and be like, "Hey, I got this. Buy this." And that shouldn't be the case, man. To me, that's real selfish. You ain't providing no kind of value to a person off rip. You just making them come pay for it. And like I say, it's okay to pay because sometimes people have to put their own money up to understand or to have that drive, to make you want to go do something. That's fine. But if you're gonna come out the gates doing that, then you ain't really trying to do this for the benefit of nobody, man. That to me is just like you're just trying to get a quick buck and dip.
Yeah. And then, so Mark, I'm gonna answer your question, but I'm gonna ask Ali a question first, just because I'm coming at it from the opposite side. So I used to have a Facebook group where we focused on cold emailing for social media agencies. So I guess the question for Ali is, as a group owner, I mean, I got my opinion that I'll tell you, but I want to get yours first, is do you think people take paid information more serious than free information?
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. So some people, this is my thing. Uh, okay, we'll just use Instagram. You look on Instagram, you see a lot of these gurus and experts and all that stuff, man. And don't get me wrong, they could very well be that. But a lot of them, they don't even give you any type of like, if you're gonna charge me for something, man, warm me up a little bit. Like, give me something for free. Hook me up with something, like something where I can see a little bit of a result that's gonna make me want to, be like, okay, this dude know what he's talking about. Let me just go ahead and dig a little bit deeper and see what's going on with this. But some people, man, they don't even do that, dog. It's just like they just come out the gates like, give me this, do this, do this, do this, and it's just like, well, damn. What if it don't work? What if you pay for that? It don't work. Then you sitting there like, damn, he just got me. So that's kind of my thing with it. It got to be a give and take situation. We always talk about that closed fist, man. If you got that fist closed, you just trying to take. Then can't nobody pour back into you. Can't like you just robbing people at the end of the day. It's a mutual thing to me. That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, well, because I know it's tough for me. So I know when I started my Facebook group, let's just say when I had 400 people, it becomes more of like a family atmosphere because 400 people, I can know your name. I can know your name. I can have conversations with you daily. But when you start getting to a few thousand, what I started noticing was with like the free information, like because I didn't mind kind of giving out free information and kind of teaching folks, but it became almost a job in itself in the teaching or answering questions or jumping on Zoom calls. I mean, you could be from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. just helping people that way for free. So I know I tried a few different things myself, paid courses and also free courses. And what I saw, let's just say I do a paid course for $100, launch a paid course, 50 people buy in. Out of that 50, probably only 10 are actually going to watch the full course, but you're going to get some success out of there. And what I noticed is out of those 10, 5 might see success, but then you got this other 45 that are complaining because they paid. And the flip side of that is I did a free course once, 500 people downloaded it. Out of the 500, because it was free, I think only like 20 actually went through the whole course. Some people just downloaded it, watched one video, and then life's busy. So they just started doing other things. So, and then I actually had more flack because of the free course, because everyone's like, man, I did that free course, nothing work. And I was like, well, dang, if I look at the numbers, none of you guys really actually watched the course. So I think what happens in the answer to Mark's question, becoming selfish in the journey, is I think when you kind of get to a certain stage, you're almost protecting yourself. But there's two different people. There's one coming with that, like I always said, the closed fist. So some people just kind of going out there, they watch a YouTube video, they listen to one of Ollie's podcasts, they learn a little bit, and all of a sudden they're trying to charge $100 for that information they just got for free.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. But then the other thing is when you become a real master at your craft. So someone that's really doing it, that's really sending out 10,000 cold emails a day and really has it refined, it's tough kind of becoming vulnerable and kind of giving out this info for free because people can kind of say you're not the real deal just because it didn't work for them. In the sense of you weren't able to provide one-on-one expertise, you weren't able to kind of hold their hand through the journey. And so I think there's a lot of folks out there that do charge, let's say $10,000 for a course, and they charge that because they want to hold your hand. They want to make sure you're actually successful. But then sadly, you got the flip side coming with the closed hand. These guys are going for usually low tickets of $47. And like Ollie was saying, you buy it And it's like, damn, I didn't even get anything for this $47. But this dude just got 10,000 people to pay him $47 and he's happy. So kind of the good side and the bad side of it.
It's one of those double-edged sword type situations where you never know who you actually trying to reach out to get information from.
But I think that's why like just content creation, period, right? So let's just say you on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff is there forever. Like that's free information. So for somebody to kind of sit there and complain about some free information that they got, for one, like Devil said, like there's a lot of people that they'll just download stuff, don't even go through it, or they'll just, they'll download it, say they didn't get nothing to it, get nothing from it. They might have went through the whole course, but didn't take no action on what they even got from it. So there's a lot of things with that, and that's why I don't really pay attention. Like my thing is, it's like Coach Atterbury used to tell us, if it's too free, like it was free. So at the end of the day,
just about to break that up.
That's what I'm saying. Like to me, that I use that. That might be the saying I say more than anything. Dog. Like, is it too free? Like, you can't complain if it's something that costs you nothing but a little bit of your time, and you definitely can't complain because at the end of the day, if you didn't go through the material and go, go execute. That's the thing. A lot of people, they get this information, they consume it. They do one or two things, man. They either go take action, which is what you're supposed to do, or they get consumed with, analysis paralysis, where they just want to go in information overload. And now they done got this little bit. So now they go down that rabbit hole. And we all know how that rabbit hole could be. You'll be looking up stuff for days, weeks.
Yeah.
Then you overwhelmed. You don't even remember what you learned from the actual free stuff that you first downloaded. And you got all this other stuff. Like, I was like that. I've done that in the past. And one thing I've learned, man, just try some stuff. Just go out there, try some stuff. If it don't work, it don't work. Move on to the next. Because that's another thing people don't realize. Everything ain't for you. Like, yeah, the course is free, but hell, I'm not gonna be going to taking like if I take a free course or being a marketing expert, and I have no interest in trying to market myself or anything. What is the point?
Yeah.
Like, you wasting your time. It's not really like that wasn't beneficial to you at all. Like that's your fault. But at the end of the day, it goes back to, is it too free? Now, if I pay for something, I pay for courses, dog, where I'm just like, I don't get no kind of nothing from it that I couldn't have got off of, the internet. And I've seen that happen, which is why I'm just like, hey, it's a catch-22 either way it go. And you're gonna have your success stories in that, and sometimes you don't. It is what it is. You're going to the next. Like, it's the same for the person that's out there trying to get that information put in action. It's the opposite end. The person that's creating it, if it don't work, you just move on to the next and try something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand completely. So then, and then my next question I want to bring, just kind of get back to what we were speaking about. So I guess when in your life did it take you to the point that you understood, your why on why you were doing what you do on a day-to-day basis, the additional stuff that you tend to do each and every single day. So when, I guess, what age did you kind of get to that point where you were like, okay, I got it now, so let me go ahead and pursue it?
Shit. Really? Hell, now? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, for me, my little niche, like everybody got their own thing they do. Like Devin got his marketing stuff, his RC stuff. Me, I got mainly my realm of stuff is investing in some like stock, crypto, whatever. Like me, I don't know necessarily what kept me going when I first started ain't the same necessarily as what kept me going now. Like when I first got started, it was like I didn't have that much money. So shit, we all know how that goes. Everybody say money can't buy you happiness. Well, it can help. So, I mean, I didn't have money and I started seeing money when I was doing crypto and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. So that motivated me to just wake up like, y'all know I was on crypto hard. Like I wake up all the way till I go to work. I'd be at work, sneaking to a computer or something, going outside to check my phone to do research. And it's just because of the money I was seeing from it. But now, and out, like I said, that can't be your sole motivation because the second you lose, I came to learn like second things don't go your way. It's kind of like, all right, forget this, I'm done with it. And I mean, that's partially how my journey went with it. And you just try to move to the next. But as of now, like what keeps me going is it's a lot different. Like the fact that I get somebody like I just got 1,000 plays from my podcast. Like, that shit big as hell to me. Like I just did this. I mean, I ain't got.
Congratulations,
I
man.
don't shit. I don't do this to like. I ain't no brag or nothing. It's just like you start something, and when I started, I mean, people tell you to try stuff and do this and do that, and you kind of just like that's just how it go. Like people just talking. Like you don't think it ain't gonna you gonna see no results that's tangible from that. And I remember like I dropped this like my first episode. I dropped it. I had like 60, 70 people tuning. I was like, what the hell? Okay, maybe I got something to say. And like, even if I was to drop an episode and it only got one person that listened to it, I wouldn't care because at the end of the day, it's that one person that you don't hit and touch. Especially when I get people that'll text me. Like I don't have people text me like, "This information dope. You know what you're doing." Like I played this for my. I don't have people hit me up talking about like they played it at their job, like for their little safety stand or like just to start the shift off and stuff. And I'm just like, damn, like you really don't know how like impactful stuff like that can be and like how that can keep you dry. Cause now it's bigger than just me. It ain't just like it's self-serving. Like I tell people with podcasts, it almost is selfish. Like we don't think about it like that, but when you bring on guests, you get to start picking their brain and asking them questions. It's almost like you attending a free masterclass. And now I'm bringing y'all in to just like I'm doing this for. It's almost like I'm doing it for me, but at the same time, the questions I got is gonna be the same frequently asked questions anybody else got. So they getting that free information right along with me. So they get to tap into that. And just the fact that you could impact somebody to me now more than back then, what keeps me going is just being able to like impact somebody. Because I'm telling you, when you start getting like y'all gonna see, when you start getting like just somebody hit you up and be like, damn, I listened to that. And you don't even know, like, I really needed that. Like, it changed my whole perspective on this. It changed my whole outlook on this. It got me started. It pushed me to go try this out. Like, that's why I do it. And that's really what keep me going. Like, just knowing that, like, somebody out there, like, that you don't even know is tuning in and listening to what you got to say. Like, even if they only listen to it for half the time, like, they got what they needed out of it. Like, it's crazy when I go look on stuff and, like, podcast ain't got the best analytics, but you'll start seeing people that's in like Canada. I see people like in 15 different countries that like tune in to my stuff and listen to my stuff. And they're just like, damn. Like it just is like a reality check. And it's just like, that's what keep me going. It ain't really no money. So that's the motivation, just impacting somebody. I don't care who it is.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so for Ali, so it's impact. So for me, and then kind of when did I find my why and that type of stuff. Honestly, like Ali said, I mean, for me, I found it 7 months ago when my daughter was born. I mean, throughout my life, I can honestly look at all these different stages and kind of obstacles and how things went. And honest, everything changed the whole way. I mean, in college, I'm selling breakfast tacos and huge pancakes for $1. My wife for that was, for some odd reason, I just like cooking breakfast tacos and seeing people eat big pancakes and see if they could eat it. I mean, it was never about the money side of it. I'm charging like $1. I think my cost had to be 90 cents. So, I mean, that definitely wasn't for the money. But kind of, I mean, through every single stage, I think as I went along, my why kind of just became, I wanted to do what Devin wants to do when Devin wants to do it. Is kind of my thing. Because I hated the whole, hey, you got to be here at this time, you got to leave here at this time. So when I had my RC business kind of really thriving, I could do what I made my own orders, I packed my own packages, I shipped them when I wanted to. So I kind of was always able to do my own thing. And then 7 months ago, like I said, when my daughter was born, is around the same time Megan, my wife, is launching her private practice. So now she's finally joining this entrepreneur route and kind of seeing how all of this works together and how much time it takes and everything else. So now my why of pushing the entrepreneur journey again is to give her the ability to pursue her dreams as well. So now that's my current why of why I do things, not only to spend more time with my family, but allow my family to thrive in the spaces they want to thrive in, and kind of pursue their journeys. So I think for everyone, it kind of changes and eventually you find your alignment. So right now, this stage in my life might be 10 years, 20 years, whatever it may be. But kind of as you go down that journey, I think you're going to kind of switch it up Like for Ali, it's for impact. For me, I guess it kind of falls under family, uh, and just really pushing this whole culture, this whole movement forward is kind of my big thing right now.
And just kind of looking at it, I mean, based off y'all's answer, it seems like our biggest thing is, of course, you know, we definitely want to reach out to somebody. I mean, I know we can't reach out to everybody, but I mean, as long as we can touch somebody that may hear this, like, hey, you know what, this is gonna, you know, change my gear to go ahead and do something different, do something more to figure out, you know, how can I lay down the foundation for the next person that's coming up behind me, or
Yeah.
you know, the maybe the individual right next to them. How can I build that foundation? Because it's all about trying to inspire somebody. Because I understand how, you know, a lot of people tend to want to ask for money in regards of their services, but I mean, some people in regards of in regards to philanthropy, you know, they want to take care of people just so that way they can put them on, set them up in a way that they can go ahead and do something more, or you know, be able to see what they're doing so that way they can grow and do something, you know, whenever they get out of a situation that they are. And that's a big thing, big takeaway that I always see. And definitely hearing y'all, you know, that's, you know, it's based off what y'all's answer, you know, it's definitely good that I can see that, you know, it's not all about the money. It's about trying to do something more for, you know, kids, you know, for people that may be listening that you may not even know, and you know, helping them grow in some type of way. And you know, that's definitely a big blessing, because of the fact that you don't have genuine people like that in this world anymore. You know, everybody's always a snake to try to get the money instead of try to, you know, build somebody to get them somewhere. And you know, and that's it's a big tough situation that we constantly go through, not only in our world, but you know, as you know, as black men, because of the fact that everybody's trying to take out somebody, and that can't be the case. You know, we gotta continue to build on this movement on teaching and building to assist to be able to do more as a group compared to as individuals, because of the fact that, you know, if we continue to attack each other, all we're doing is you know, it's just it's breaking each other down and breaking the culture down, breaking, you know, the world down as we know it. And you know, we constantly going to see it. So you know, it's definitely a good thing from what I'm hearing from all of y'all, from both of y'all. And you know, because at the end of the day, we, you know, we need these type of conversations, so then that way people understand that, hey, there is a way, you know, there is people to reach out to, there is people to listen to be able to build what we definitely want to see in the world moving forward.
Yeah, and then definitely kind of touching on that too is because this journey through entrepreneurship and everything you do in life is all about a series of connections. I mean, honestly, you don't know how all the connections work out. I'm sure Ali and you, Mark, have kind of like seen things as you kind of move this journey. It's like, man, I met this dude, I met this dude. Now I know this guy, this guy. I'm investing with this guy now because of this. And that's why, like you mentioned, with like burning people and everyone, or some folks out there just trying to take and take, is you never realize who you're taking from. So you don't want to mess up your blessing by trying to take a quick shortcut. So I mean, and all this stuff, I mean, the information Ollie's giving out when people hit him up, you never know. Some Ollie might give a guy some information. All of a sudden, this guy's a huge real estate investor in San Antonio, and all of a sudden, I was getting a text from a guy saying, "Hey, you hit up my nephew. You mentioned this, and this to him. It changed his life. Um, I see you're trying to get into real estate. Tell me more about what you're trying to do, this and that." And Ollie might all of a sudden get a blessing based off that. So that's kind of the big thing with all of this, and why I try to help out a lot of folks is because you just never know who that next person is you're talking to. So don't try to take like that shortcut. Don't try to charge someone. If someone hits you up saying, if someone hit me up saying, "Hey Devin, can I get some info?" I'm not going to send them a PayPal link for $50 and be like, "Yeah, man, as soon as that comes through, give me a call."
Yeah.
So I mean, it doesn't hurt to have these short conversations with folks. It kind of keeps this movement going. That's the only way we're going to keep going up, is by helping each other out. Uh, And that's just kind of my piece of it. I mean, if that helps someone not charge someone else for something, then I'm glad I said it.
Uh, there's two things you said. So, main thing, don't block your blessings, and it goes back to that whole selfish thing. A lot of times, people are selfish and don't even realize they're not even. You know, a lot of times you think when you selfish, you hurt somebody else. Really, you're just hurting yourself. So that's something you got to take into consideration. You do this, like, and I mean, everybody's been on that path where they've done something just for themselves, and it wasn't no real bigger thing behind it. I mean, it ain't always got to be no bigger thing behind it. Like you could just really like people work out because that's for them. Like they want to be healthy. Like that's just what it is. It ain't for nobody else but themselves. But you also have people that truly just want to give out information stuff just to help other people out and not charge. So it's all relative. I will say this though, and it is what it is. I ain't about to go crazy with it, but I'll say this: men, all men. I don't know what it is with us. Maybe it's the ego thing. It's we don't believe in collaboration over competition. Maybe we think it's gonna take money out of our pocket, man. But dog, we gotta take a little piece of a lesson from the women out here. Something I noticed, man, especially since I started doing all this stuff with podcasts and stuff, and just like trying to really just give back and help everybody else out is women are 30 times more supportive of what you got going on. They own their shit. They just got everything together, dog. They're not trying to take from nobody. They ain't trying to hustle nobody or nothing. They just genuinely want to see you win. I don't care, black, white, brown, whatever. They just want to see you win, dog. And it's crazy because I'll go look at people that I really that really messed with me, dog. And this goes back to that thing. Everybody don't want to see you win. Mm-hmm. It's all full circle right now. It's your people that you think is your boys, man, that think got your back. They don't care, bro. Like, and I mean, I'm speaking for myself. Y'all can talk about it if y'all want to, but just speaking for myself. Like, I don't have boys that I'm thinking like, oh, we gonna do this, and this, and really they just plotting. And my thing is just like, bro, why? Like, it's enough money out here. We can go eat together, bro. Like, that's always my thing. And I mean, y'all know, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I ain't never on no shit like that. I try to include people. Like, if I really rock with you, bro, like, or if I see you got some kind of potential to do something like better for yourself, I'm gonna try to include you any way I can. I mean, you can't bring everybody along with you, but you could, at least throw that out there. Like you might have just thrown the alley to them to go do something. So I just want to say, man, just men in general, bro. Like, get out of that. Like, we love saying like jealousy and all this is a female trait, but it's more niggas out here doing wrong by people than it is females, bro. Like, so get your stuff in order, man. Like I say, competition good. Competition breeds a great culture, and that's fine. I ain't saying just go work with whoever. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying though, stop trying to plot and have that jealousy and envy of trying to be the man. A lot of people love to say it's too many Chiefs and not enough Indians, bro. Like, it's okay to know your role, bro, and play it well. I watch people go to the league for it all the time. So that's just what I gotta say on that, man. Stop trying to just plot and have something to be for self and not see the bigger picture.
Yep, it's definitely that scarcity mindset. I mean, 100%. Basically, a lot of folks. I mean, since I mentioned real estate, let's say real estate. So let's just say Ali's doing a real estate deal and he posts a house. And he posts a house.
Hold on, is he about to expose it?
No. So stay tuned, folks. Later episode. No, but I mean, with that scarcity mindset though, is let's just say Ali posts a house and says, "Man, this can be a good flip. Man, there's a lot of money in this house, this and that." There's a lot of folks probably in Ali's Facebook friend list because he has just a lot of folks in there that might be like, "Damn, this is a good flip. I'm gonna go try to take this before Ali gets it." So. And it's that scarcity mindset. I've seen it across a lot of different industries where, I mean, like I said, cold email. So I've posted in my group before a cold email where a business responded saying, "Hey, Devin, I'm interested in your services," whether it be like $3K a month, whatever it may be. And one of my group members reaches out to that same person saying, "Hey, I do exactly what Devin does and I can do it for $2,500. So, I mean, all that type of stuff. And this dude, like us, we're just talking about messing up your blessings. This guy could have came to me. We could have partnered on something, and he could have made $50,000 a month for a whole year, but he was too interested in making this quick 2,500. I mean, messing stuff up. So, I mean, I think we're spot on with this whole, that we got to get out of that mindset. I mean, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not going to move you forward. I mean, you might go to sleep thinking, dang, I made my quick win, but honestly, that money comes and goes. So build relationships, guys. Don't try to get that quick stuff.
You a leech. You a damn parasite, bro. Like, you just a cancer. Like, that's all it is to it, man.
Yep.
And I agree. And, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, we need to go ahead and build, you know, majority teamwork, you know, collaborate, you know, do things together just to be able to do something for the future and be able to continuously build this, because at the end of the day, with this podcast, you know, and with these conversations that we're trying to have, we definitely want to, you know, inspire in any type of way that we can, you know, in whatever conversation we have, just to, you know, inspire to be able to at least take that step or have that understanding at that time. That doesn't matter what type of age that we're looking at, you know, from when you're getting out of high school to while you're in college, or how, you know, wherever step that you are in your life, if we can inspire in any type of way, you know, that's going to be the key thing, especially for what we want to try to continuously push here. You know, I guess just what y'all was there, you know, some things that y'all may want to, you know, feed to the people in regards of what, you know, what else that, you know, to stay tuned to come with.
I don't know. We got a lot of, I know me and Ollie got a few things going. Mark, I know we started talking about a few things too. So, I mean, possible look into business. I mean, maybe looking into a few of the ideas we're doing as we kind of go down this journey, we can kind of come out with a podcast or like Ollie mentioned, a show. So coming out with like a little mini series type of stuff on different business ideas. So something possible coming up.
Sure, we're gonna set this thing up like a network.
Just know, all I'm gonna say is this: stay tuned for March. March gonna be some stuff happening. I'm starting. Oh yeah, anybody. First off, let's just do this. Yeah, you, whoever you are listening. Yes, I appreciate you. First, I love you. Appreciate you, man, tuning in, or woman, whoever you are. Appreciate you if we can provide any value to you. Just go ahead and you know, you could rate this podcast 5 stars. You know, that's what I would do. You know, give us a little comment. You know, share with your friends. You know, I believe in word of mouth. And, you know, if we touched you in any kind of way. Also, if we didn't, you know, we got something we can improve on. That's fine too. Let us know, because hey, you got to get better at what you do, man. And I'm cool with critique. I don't take it to heart, and we're just gonna improve for the next time. I will say this: starting a small account challenge. If anybody wants to join in with me just to see if they can run up a bag, I'll be doing probably starting in mid-March. I'll do $1,000 only. Ain't no big spend type. Nah, I ain't got it like that. So I say, whatever. Some people may think I'm lying, but whatever. But yeah, I'll start $1,000. Anybody want to join in? You can do anything you want to do. You can trade crypto, weekly options, day trade stocks. You want to go into bonds, futures, whatever. We're just trying to build like some type of community to do it. I got a few people that said they might want to join in with me, and I'll document that. Currently in a passive real estate deal. I'll keep y'all updated with that. A lot of people waiting to see how that goes, and trying to find, if anybody hears this and knows of a duplex out in Dallas, hit me up. Trying to find one. Any realtors that's trying to find some work, hit me up. Preferably I like a black realtor, you know, just get back to my people. So yeah, that's what I got going. Got a couple business ventures in the works. So we'll document it. We'll kind of brief y'all on the journey as we go. I'll go get better at documenting everything. So yeah, if we get y'all any value, just go ahead and like, share, just spread the word, man. We appreciate y'all. Love everybody that tune in, man. Love y'all. We do this for y'all.
Absolutely. And then yeah, just know that this is just the beginning, and trust me, a lot more is coming soon and within the future. So just understand the hustle, and this wrap.